All right, it is time to send these people back to wherever they came from. I'm not talking about immigrants and I'm not talking about deportation. I'm talking about the politicians, the media figures, the operatives, and the extremists who have spent the last decade plus dragging the country backwards while telling us they're making it great again. It's time for them to go back to private life. It's time to send them back to cable news and the podcast studios. I'm glad Dan Bongino left the FBI and now is back to podcasting. That's good. I think he does less damage as a podcaster. He still does damage, but I think it's less. It's time to send them back to Mar-a-Lago or whatever. And it's time to send them home through the ballot box by voting. Here is the way I would lay it out. We've spent the last decade in the United States being told every problem in the country is someone else's fault. It might be immigrants. It might be democratic cities. It might be liberal universities. It might be left-wing journalists. It might be Democrats. It might be foreign countries or who the hell knows what. Everybody has been blamed except for the people holding power. And what we have to show for it today is housing is less affordable. Healthcare keeps getting more expensive. The national debt continues to grow. Political violence is more common. Public trust is zero. Families are divided. The country's exhausted. Gas prices are up. Grocery prices are up. It's all up. And after all of that, they want us to believe that the solution is give them more power. Give them a bigger majority in the House when you vote in November. Give them a bigger majority in the Senate when you vote this November. At some point, voters have to stop asking, what is it that they've promised and what have they actually delivered for us? And they've delivered chaos and corruption and scandal and cover-ups and Epstein cover-up and health cover-up and attacks on democratic institutions. Look at the people, by the way, who spent years claiming that they were defending freedom while they were cheering on efforts to undermine elections, punish critics, and concentrate power in the hands of loyalists. So, I know that there's people out there who write in and they go, David, can America survive 2 more years of this? I think the question is, why would anyone want 2 more years of it? This is why I believe this next midterm matters so much. And it is a lead into the importance of 2028. One election doesn't fix everything. One candidate can't solve every problem. But politics is ultimately about incentives and about power. If politicians can lie, divide, inflame, and abuse power with zero consequences, of course they're going to continue doing it. If they lose power, because that's what they did, they will learn to behave differently. It's an operant conditioning of sorts. Democracy only works if we can enforce accountability as voters. So you've got to show up. You've got to vote. You've got to pay attention even when it isn't a presidential election. And a lot fewer people pay attention during these midterms. We can't normalize behavior that would have been disqualifying 12 years ago. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming someone else is going to fix the problem. This happens, the bystander effect on the street, and it happens when it comes to government as well. Somebody else will do the organizing, someone else will do the voting, someone else will pay attention, someone else is going to stop the damage. That doesn't tend to work. The people who want power have already organized. That's how they got power to begin with. The people who want power are already motivated. That's why they've gotten organized. The people who want power are planning for the next election already. So what we need to do now is get involved and get engaged to send these people back to wherever they came from. We're not going to do it through violence. It's not going to be revenge or intimidation. It's going to be through voting, through elections, through organizing, through the democratic process. That's how we do it. It's not through locking people up without due process, but it is about making sure that the justice system is functioning appropriately, that evidence will be looked at, and if there's evidence of wrongdoing, people are going to be charged with crimes. That's important. So it is undeniable that the last decade has damaged the country, but we aren't going to fix it with despair or cynicism, and certainly not if we give up. We've got to make sure that the people responsible suffer what they face, what they fear the most, which is losing that power that they've achieved. We can only do it if enough people decide we've seen enough. I've seen enough. Folks, they put me on a list now. I'm on a list of media offenders. I think we've all seen enough. And so it is time to get these people out, send them back. We don't need them here. And part of what we're doing also, because we may need a legal defense fund, who knows, we're doing a one-day membership special on June 9th. It is a single-day membership drive. It is to fight back against the authoritarianism of this White House, which has now been turned on me. They put me on a list. They say I'm the problem. The Trump White House did. We are going to do the biggest membership drive we can on Tuesday to try to be best prepared to take them out of power. And we got to take them out of power in November, and then we've got to do it again in November of 2028. I would love for you to participate in this membership drive. Just get on my newsletter. You can get on it at substack.davidpakman.com. You've got to spell Pakman correctly, though. That's the key. Substack.davidpakman.com. We'll take a quick break. After the break, why wasn't I on the influencer Cuba trip? The answer might surprise you, or it might not. That's after the break. A lot of people put on music while they work, assuming it helps them concentrate. But in practice, familiar songs, lyrics, or constantly changing tracks often will take attention away from what you're working on rather than supporting attention. And that's where Brain FM comes in. Our sponsor, Brain FM, is a music app designed to support focus, relaxation, or sleep with music created by human musicians working alongside neuroscientists. Instead of generic playlists, Brain FM offers task-specific modes like deep work, creative, and motivation, depending on what you're trying to do. What makes Brain FM different is the science behind it, because it's the only music app funded by the National Science Foundation based on their unique audio technology designed to influence brain activity associated with focus. Brain FM also has published peer-reviewed research showing their technology supports attentional performance. They even have an optional ADHD mode for people who benefit from additional stimulation. But the app really is built for anybody looking to reduce distractions and stay engaged with their work. You can try Brain FM totally free for 30 days by going to brain.fm/Pakman. 30 days is a long free trial. Go check it out. The link is in the description.